Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss one of the most critical development in the ongoing tech war between China and the United States. So, see, the rare earth metals, often called as, the new oil, are indispensable for modern technologies, right? From semiconductor to solar panels and defense systems, everywhere, these are used, and without this, you cannot survive in this industry. So, if you see recently, China announced a ban on exporting certain rare earth minerals to the US, and this is a move that can escalate the trade war significantly. So let's try to explore what happened and why it is so significant and its potential global impact. Okay, let's look at China's move to halt exports. See, China have taken a significant step by banning the export of three critical rare earth minerals to the US. What are they? Gallium, germanium, and antimony. So these elements are very essential for manufacturing semiconductors, solar cells, and various defense technologies. And this decision comes in the heels, of the US imposing bans on exporting advanced chip and restricting over 140 Chinese companies, which I have discussed already. So it's a clear retaliation in the ongoing trade war between the two global superpowers, as you can see very clearly, and everyone can understand that. Let's look at the strategic importance of these rare earth minerals. See, rare earth minerals play a very important role in cutting edge technologies. For example, if you talk about gallium, it is used in high efficiency semiconductors. Germanium is crucial for solar cells, fiber optics, and infrared technology. Antimony is essential in weapon manufacturing, including bullets. So these elements are very vital for producing everything from smartphones and laptops to electric vehicles and military equipments, so on, and it is endless. So if you see, without access to these resources, US will face significant challenge in maintaining its technological edge. Okay, now let's try to also understand China's dominance in the rare earth supply. China controls substantial share of the global supply of rare earth minerals. 60% of world's germanium production is with China. 80% of global gallium output is again from China. 48%, almost 50% antimony is also mined from China. So this dominance gives China a leverage in the trade war, as most countries, including the US, rely heavily on Chinese exports for these materials. And the question now is whether the US can find alternative sources for solution. See, the tech war highlights the mutual dependency between US and China. So the US excels in advanced semiconductor technology but lacks the raw material needed to manufacture them. So conversely, China has vast reserves of rare earth minerals but does not yet have the technology to produce the cutting edge chips. So there is a mutual dependence. And this interdependence make their trade war both a challenge and a strategic game for retaliation also at the same time. What could be the potential impact on the US? See, the ban could disrupt the US semiconductor industry for sure. It can slow down the production and also the innovation. It could also affect renewable energy technologies, the defense systems, and everyday electronics also. But history offers hope. In 2010, when China banned rare earth exports to Japan, Japan partnered with Australian companies to develop alternative supply chain. So the US might follow a similar path by investing in rare earth mining outside of China. So whether this ban can backfire to China, that is again a bigger question. So this decision, the China's decision to ban export, might also have consequences for its own economy. It can backfire. If the US successfully diversify its supply chain, China risks losing its dominance in the global rare earth market. So the 2010 example, which I have discussed with Japan, actually show how nations can turn crisis into opportunities and potentially reducing their reliance on China in the long term. So that's exactly what happened when China similarly banned rare earth export to Japan in 2010. So same thing can happen. Okay. So now, see, experts actually predicting that the US might retaliate further, of course, and possibly by imposing additional sanctions or even taxes on Chinese imports. Again, China in turn could expand its export bans to other critical minerals also, like cobalt and nickel. Now, cobalt and nickel is not part of it. They can include that also. in the ban list. So this tit for tat escalation could reshape the global supply chain, and it will push countries to develop self-sufficient ecosystems for rare earth mining and processing in future. That is actually that is required, right? You need to be self-sufficient and you need to create such kind of ecosystem. So the ban on rare earth mineral, the export, is actually a indication of how geopolitical tensions can impact the global technology and trade. For the US, this is actually a wake up call to reduce dependency on Chinese minerals. And for China, it's a test of how far it can leverage its resources without alienating its global partners. As these tech wars unfold, the world watches very closely to see who emerges stronger. So let's see the future. So that's it. This session. That's it about this session. Thank you so much for listening. I see you in the next video, guys. If you're looking for civil service mentorship for the courses and for mentorship, I have given the details in the description. Please check that. Sociology classes are also available. So see you in the next session. Thank you so much.